Okay, we're back. Let's see if second time's a charm here. I'm gonna try something different when I see Elizabeth pop on. Okay, let's see if this works. Hi, Monica. Okay, Elizabeth, it says adding, so. Yes.
There we go. I was like, this is weird that we're having this trouble and we're on the throat chakra, so it's all communication. And yeah, so I was like, that's interesting.
I know,
Haven't
right?
had any problems except until now.
Yeah. Spirit's a little funny today.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. You?
Good. I feel rested, even though I didn't sleep the best. I feel, pretty good. A lot going on in the dream world.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I woke up. I didn't really have the greatest sleep either last night, but I'm feeling okay. So
Good.
Can you see the comments or no?
I can't at the moment.
I'll if anything comes up, then I'll let you know.
Yeah, it's funny. I think it's something to do like when I invite you, it kind of gives you the visual control of it.
Yeah, it seems like that.
Yeah. Okay, so do you want to do the clearing this morning?
Yeah, I was going to do the clearing this morning, but I can't seem to find a lighter anywhere to light the.
So, that's okay. Yeah. I can do it.
Yeah. So if you want to go ahead, if you have your bells or something, if you want to clear. So basically, what we're going to do is just set our intentions for today. Whether it's just to be present or to actually take something, out of this throat chakra frequency session that we have here. So, Amanda, if you have anything to add with that.
No, I think we're good. It's funny. I was just looking like, what do I have on my desk that I can use, right? So I have a little tiny feather. So we'll do like a circle. This would be kind of a silly
I got my big feather, so we'll clear the air. We're going to clear it out and make some stagnant energy kind of float away there. So
there we go. And then I got a big feather, so we'll throw that in here. And I feel like this little bunny wants to be seen because it's new beginnings.
Been seeing lots of the rabbit lately, so definitely with the springtime, a lot of that coming up. So.
And then I do have a bell, so we'll just do that a little bit. Bring spirit in and clear the area. Okay. So last week we did meditation first and then chatter. We're going to switch it up on you again. So we're going to do the discussion first, and then Elizabeth will go into the meditation, and she has some bonus material for us today. So that'll be exciting. Yeah. So this morning we're talking about the fifth chakra, the throat chakra, and the frequency for that is 741 hertz. And this promotes speaking your truth and empowerment. It encourages idea generation, creative thinking, clear speaking, and self-confidence. A blocked throat chakra can manifest in many different ways. It can be shown as difficulty speaking, expressing oneself honestly, feeling hesitant to share one's thoughts or opinions, often leading to feelings of being unheard or unseen. You can feel stifled, experiencing tension in that area, which I'm just starting to feel now, which is really interesting. I notice for me when that happens, it's like I think it's a confirmation of I'm speaking my truth. So when I feel a little bit of pain there, it's like spirit praising me for doing the throat chakra today.
Yeah.
So again, it can be associated with speaking problems, thyroid problems, discomfort in the neck due to vocal expression and, you know, self-communication. So a couple of signs of this are difficulty speaking up, expressing your feelings, social anxiety, physical discomfort. This can also show tensions in the jaw or jaw clencing, stiffness. Some people do that when they sleep. Again, difficulty expressing oneself, either creatively through, look at that, through art, writing, and other forms of self-expression. Often this is shown through gossip or negativity. So engaging, this is a huge one. I'm going to press this one hard. So engaging in excessive gossip or negativity as a way to avoid direct communication. That is a little bit of a bitch, I'm just going to say, because you know, we all have to catch ourselves getting caught up in that. And the more you gossip, the more you put negative out there, the less abundance and less positivity comes towards you. So that's a huge one to just become aware of and just kind of slowly stop doing. Or if you catch yourself doing, just go silent and nod at the person. You can't control the other person, right? You could just kind of nod, but just, you know, don't engage with it, right? Take control of your vessel and become that positive light. Other blockages can be from traumatic experiences, you know, in childhood. Maybe you felt silenced or unable to express yourself to your parents or, you know, other adults that were important in your life. Fear of judgment. Are you still with me, Elizabeth? Hold on. I said I dropped Elizabeth, so hopefully I still have her here. Did you drop off?
Yeah, it was like it froze on you for some reason. It was really strange. And then I'm like, okay, are you frozen or am I frozen?
Oh, wow.
Okay, we're having a lot of, obviously, some communication stuff come up here. So that's really strange. But sorry for interrupting you. I was like, I can't get back on.
No. Hopefully, Monica, let us know if you could still hear it. I can't see the comments, but, you know, hopefully if I need to restart, I can restart. What's the last thing you heard, Elizabeth?
I heard that I don't really actually remember what the last thing was.
It's okay.
Yeah, you just started like freezing all of a sudden, and then I went out and I came back in, and
okay.
Then I wasn't in it anymore, and that's when I sent the request. So
okay.
I don't see anybody commenting so far, but I can see you and hear you. So hopefully everyone else can too. Yeah.
Well, we're continuing. I went off on a little tangent about gossip and negativity because it's just so bad. So
Monica said I can see and hear you both now.
Okay, good. Okay. So other potential causes of a blocked throat chakra are traumatic experiences in childhood, where maybe one felt silenced or unable to express themselves. Fear of judgment, worrying about criticism from others when speaking your mind. Low self-esteem, you know, feeling unworthy of expressing yourself or having a voice. Suppressed emotions, holding back emotions that needed to be communicated. So ways to address a blocked throat chakra. Oh my God, there's so many communication issues this morning. It's hilarious. Okay, so vocal practice, you know, singing, chanting, speaking affirmations to open that up and promote self-expression. Journaling, writing down your thoughts and feelings to gain clarity. Meditation, focusing on the throat area during meditation to release tension and promote energy flow. Creative expression, engaging in activities like art, dance, writing, or expressing yourself freely. Another great way is, you know, crystal therapy, using crystals associated with the throat chakra. So just think blue crystals, blue, lace agate, turquoise, what's another one? Lapis
One I brought out today.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah, I have a bracelet. I wear that a lot. So the throat chakra, again, it's pretty obvious where it is, but it's located between the heart and the third eye, and it's associated with the blue, which is related to communication. It's our center of communication. It's the gateway for energy between the head and the lower body. And so what are the benefits of an open throat chakra? So when your throat chakra is open and balanced, you will find that you are not only able to speak fearlessly and with compassion, but you will be open to listening and hearing others. You can talk openly and honestly, but with care and concern for others. This is a gift to all your relationships. Also, you can express your ideas clearly and gracefully and honestly, projecting, authenticity into the world. And your mental body is then becomes balanced because you can communicate freely. So maybe there was some stuck energy there, right? And you begin to speak your truth. You become confident. You can see yourself changing. You don't care, you release that fear of judgment, right? So last night, Elizabeth and I talked for about an hour, and a lot of it was about light language, which, some of you are familiar with and some of you aren't, but, a lot more spiritual people are speaking that these days. And so we were talking about, the vulnerability around that and sharing that with people. And how do other people look at us? And, as you become more into your truth, you just hold that space and you speak it more because you're remembering, your soul's purpose, and you know that it's a healing modality. So just both of us are becoming braver with sharing that more, and we may share some of that today. So that's all I had on that. If anyone has any questions, or are you feeling, I'm definitely feeling a little bit of like sore throat. Is anyone else feeling that, like being activated just through this video?
Yeah, I had that actually like a couple of days ago. And just to touch on that, I was just going to add a little bit. So the 741 frequency is the tone of soul or sol. So just like repeating that as well to yourself, that tone, just in your head, if you have, if you're having, you feel like you're having some miscommunication issues or yeah, maybe some throat issues, you can kind of just repeat that in your head. So that tone is, it's kind of, the 741 is used to free us of emotional restrictions, and it's also said to remove toxins and electromagnetic radiation from our cells. It promotes a healthier, more stable life, both emotionally and physically. So I also was going to add that, so when we're on our road to building our personal integrity and developing trust and respect between, mutual parties in communications, it's important to say what we mean and mean what we say and be kind when we say it. This helps us further develop and clear blockages and energies from the throat chakra. And it further align your words by representing yourself as you really are and doing what you said you were going to do. So that's our integrity, saying what we're going to do. When we communicate and reflect upon the intention of the words you choose as being honest, truthful, and trustworthy, these are qualities that build strong inner and outer personal integrity. So the fifth chakra, or the throat chakra, is obviously our vocal expression. We use to command energy into form manifestation. So we're speaking. We're speaking the energy into manifestation, into matter. So when we align with, what we are creating and speaking into manifestation, our throat chakra is open and clear. We are learning to become fully comfortable speaking our truth, expressing our authentic self in the 3D material reality. So the fifth chakra is a vital part of humanity's spiritual awakening, as for individuals to awaken their authentic aspects of their self. A new voice is born that aligns with the inner spirit to speak into our spiritual will. The throat chakra and the sacral chakra are two key energy centers for working together. Sympathetic sympathetic response in the throat chakra may be directly related and accelerated in the second chakra, so the sacral chakra. So the throat chakra is the masculine, the sacral chakra is the feminine. And then, so as we're undergoing the masculine feminine energy integration, this is one of the key processes we're experiencing, and why these two creative points unify to work together, and in clearing old patterns as well. So the throat chakra, it develops age 28 to 35. So and the shadow emotion of the throat chakra is unworthiness. So the throat chakra allows us to speak our dream life into existence through the power of the spoken word. It's a master tool for manifestation. What keeps us from claiming the life that is ours by divine right and taking up space is that ours to take, we have those feelings of unworthiness. So who am I to deserve that? You know, have you ever, well, I would never get that position, or I would never, be able to take that trip, or, we have those self-limiting doubts that we say to ourselves a lot. So it often stems from the illusion of scarcity. So we don't have enough money to do it. We don't have enough time, resources. If we believe that the world is not resourced enough for us all to have everything we want, then we can't create the lives of our dreams without imposing on someone else's ability to create their dreams. So there is always enough to go around. That's what this is what the energy is. So when people say like, oh, well, you kind of have those, you're taking it from somebody else, or you're taking that energy from somebody else. No, there's an abundant excess amount, and it's never ending. So there's always enough to go around. But the thing that's interesting about unworthiness is that it's really a belief. It's not, and there's no emotion of unworthiness. That is actually a belief that you have. I'm worthless. I'm not worth, talking those down points to yourself. I'm not worthy. And that's a belief, and that's a survival defense mechanism, and a part of a submission response is what they say. And it was an interesting point, kind of a little bit off topic, but I was studying a little bit of was the psychology, and it was it said that in the womb, so a baby considers itself part of its mother because it's in the womb, right? So we think we are our mother. We think, and obviously it can't be proven, but this is, one of the theories is that we think that we are our mother until about 6 months after we are born. This is quantum psychology. So 6 months after we are born, we realize that we're separate from our mother. And the shock is so traumatizing to us in our brain that we have to come up with a reason of why we're separate. We're not worthy. My mother doesn't love me, and this is all subconscious, right? So we come up with a fake scenario to say why we are not attached to our mother anymore. She, so then that comes in our psychology and in our subconscious, and basically that creates a false, it's called like a false self. So we can't heal a false self because it's not real. We have to just acknowledge that, there's no reason that we're separate from them. We aren't separate from them, but our brain has created us. So I thought that was super interesting when I read it. So it kind of just blew my mind. And I was like, wow, that's actually really crazy. But that's kind of part of quantum psychology, was going down that realm for me. And it was just like, wow, a lot of things make sense when you think of it like that. Because it's like, then as you're growing up, all of these interactions that make you feel unworthy, your brain gathers them and they attribute it to that, even though it may not be that. So it's like this wound just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger because of subconsciously all these feelings of unworthiness are put together into that one wound. So it's really cool. But I just wanted to mention that because I thought it was super interesting. And then also, where was I here? Back to what I was saying. So if we are brought into a belief that we are unworthy, for example, we're in an abusive situation in our childhood or a past life, we would not have been able to survive that experience. So just imagine, like, so if we're just able to imagine, standing up to our abuser, telling them they can't treat us this way, that, that could go terribly wrong, especially with, someone that you're living with, a parent, a spouse, a friend, something like that, someone who is physically much stronger than you. So that's kind of where our voice gets suppressed, is when we feel like we're in a survival mode where we can't stand up to that person, or else something bad is going to happen to us. So that happens a lot with, as you can see, victims of abuse, even that includes emotional abuse. But this one here is more of us, being scared because something bad might happen to us if we speak our truth. So we heal this wound by finding the original wound, both on childhood as well as on our soul path level, that created this false belief of unworthiness. And sometimes it is that wound back when you were a child. It was when you became separated from your mother, you realize that, oh, your brain makes up a reason to say, well, I have to be separate because of some reason. I'm not worthy enough. I'm not, good enough, something like that. So sometimes it's a lot of past life regression stuff that you go through with this. But this, like, once we can kind of get to that wound, this in turn allows us to see that we are worthy and we deserve to take up space in the world. And we are meant to have it all, as we are, divine beings. That's our birthright. So that's just kind of a little point I had on that.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, you got me thinking a little bit about, if we're suppressed in our inner childhood, right? And, ultimately we come into our spiritual body, later in life.
Yeah.
That's a big chunk of time. Like for me, I would say I was suppressed for almost 30 years with the throat chakra. And so it would be interesting to see, like, what is the average age that people begin to speak their truth and open that throat chakra? You know what I mean? It feels like it's like 30, 40, where we just start going, I'm not taking this shit anymore,
So I think the throat chakra is 28 to 35 is what they say.
Okay.
So I think that's when we start to kind of come into it a little bit more. Now maybe we're, a little bit more, seasoned, and, we are beginning to say, okay, I'm not putting up with that crap anymore. I'm getting too old for that crap or whatever. So, but yeah, so a lot of people, like, in childhood, you were told, like, so a lot of things, kids are very open when it comes to spiritual experiences. And, if they say, oh, I saw something in my room, and we say, no, there's nothing there. You didn't, there was nothing there. It suppresses their voice to say, well, I'm not going to say anything again because nobody believes me. And, and so a lot of things in childhood, like, there is a lot of throat chakra stuff that comes up in our childhood. Or if you were telling the truth and someone says, oh, you're not telling the truth, you're lying. That is also suppressing our throat chakra. So it goes both ways. So even when we do speak our truth, and then we have people telling us, oh, well, no, you're crazy and don't be saying that and blah, 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 that also suppresses our chakras, that chakra as well. So the throat chakra has been a pretty big one for me. Just coming into I think my whole life, but also coming into my spirituality, actually speaking my truth, trusting myself, putting myself out there, saying some things that might sound a little, crazy, and being, to others, and being judged on that. And it's all about, yourself, and just sticking with your truth, and not caring about that judgment that other people have, because that's that on them, and that's not on you anymore, right? So that's all. As I kind of just wanted to touch on the throat chakra a little bit for that one. So but that was interesting.
And I think the other important part is the positivity, right? Because that's ultimately, we all want to manifest, right? So the key to manifestation is gratefulness, speaking affirmations, and being positive, and that will bring, you know, all your dreams to you very fast. But it's also a belief in yourself that, you know, you're a kind person and you want to speak kind things to other people despite, you know, maybe what they've done to you
Yeah.
or whatever. So if you find yourself, you know, at work or with friends in a situation where they're just like ripping somebody apart, you know, I've been in those personal situations and I just start to feel like gross, like my body is like rejecting wanting to be in a place. So sometimes I got some like frequencies in my ear one time when I was with a group of people like that, and I'm like, okay, this is telling me this is not my place anymore. um but then there's also the switch to that, right? Of, am I here to change that? Am I here to show them that, you know, there's another way that you can be?
Yeah.
So we can influence the room to a point,
Yeah.
right? If people are open and receptive.
Exactly. And with the manifestation part, yes, definitely. Like I do believe in affirmations, and I do believe in, you know, you're speaking your truth and kind words, but also taking the action on that. So manifestation, you have to take the action with manifestation. We can kind of, you know, you can see, you have examples of people that can say, oh, well, I can, you know, I speak this into existence. And yes, a lot of people are like they are master manifestors, but for a lot of us, we have to take the action.
Yeah.
So it's not just you know, I want a new house and I'm going to manifest that
Yeah.
and it's going to come to me. We actually have to build the plans. We have to do the, you know, we have to do the
Put
work.
in the work.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So and then too, like they say, words are like spelling. Words are spells. So anytime we're talking, like you said, like the gossip or anything like that, we're kind of putting that spell on somebody, because even if they're not there, because we're projecting that out into the universe. And a lot of times what happens with that is that comes back to us, and it's a return to sender, because you know what, it wasn't something that, you know, we shouldn't have said that. And if that person is, you know, sometimes, you know, people are spiritually protected a lot of times, and that can come back on us, and it might not be the greatest. When it comes back, it's usually 3 times worse. So we're kind of putting that out into the universe, and that's stuff that we don't want to put out to the universe about other people and about ourselves as well. Especially your self-talk, you know, always saying like, oh, bad things always happen to me. Well, if you keep speaking that, bad things are going to keep happening to you. You know, like you're affirming that then into the universe, and the universe can't tell, you know, from when you're speaking, the universe can't tell your emotion into it. So it's just going to give you back what you're asking for, type of thing. So yeah.
Yeah. Great point. Great point.
So I think if anybody, I don't know if anybody has any questions. I haven't seen anything pop up, but I was going to jump into, and if you want to just post them, we can look at them after too. I thought it was, so we're going to do today, for our kind of meditation, we're going to do some EFT tapping. And I thought this was really good because it works with the affirmations, and we're working on the throat. So EFT tapping, I don't know if anybody doesn't really know about it. It's tapping the meridian points on your body, and we're going to be basically saying affirmations, and this is going to help us remove any kind of emotional blockages that are in those kind of meridians. So I'm going to play the frequency music with it. Just let me know if it's how the sound is. I'm just going to try it out here. So let me see if it's choppy or what. Can you hear it?
Yeah, it sounds good.
That's good. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to just do to start is we're going to just start with a little warm up on our throat. And we're just going to do some light neck stretches. So if we want to just kind of like tilt our head to the side, and then we can kind of go, you know, tilt it back. We're going to try and really open up this energy center, maybe to the other side, maybe down. We're going to look down. And I can feel my neck is a little tight.
Yeah.
I think I slept wrong there like a couple nights ago, and now it's a little twinge. So we're just going to try and open up this energy center a little. And then we're going to, once we're kind of done with the stretching here, so we're going to just practice a light hum. So we're going to breathe in, and then on the out breath, we're going to kind of do a hum to kind of get this energy center. We're going to get it vibrating. So if we want to take a deep breath in, 1, 2, 3, and and we're going to do it again. 1, 2, 3. And one more time in. 1, 2, 3. Because that's what we want to do. We want to get this kind of vibrating. So now we're going to start with some tapping, and we're going to do this to and some affirmations to unblock the throat chakra. So like I said, the technique focuses on tapping the meridians of the body to relieve symptoms of negative experience or emotion. So we're going to start with tapping the outside of our hand. It doesn't matter left or right, whichever one you want to do. You can work with one side of the body, or you can, obviously on your hands you can't, but you can tap with both your hands if you feel called to. But we're going to start with kind of just the outside of our hand here. And we're going to start tapping it just like this lightly. And we're going to affirm, I now choose to release any blockages in my throat chakra and restore its balance. I now choose to embrace and share my authentic voice. I choose to connect with my truth and accept myself deeply and completely. And now we're going to move to the top of the head. You can do it on one, or you can do it with both. I release any fear of judgment and speak my truth boldly.
Speak my truth boldly.
And now we're going to move down to the eyebrow. And we're going to affirm, I release any stagnant energy in my throat chakra.
I release any stagnant energy in my throat chakra.
And now we're going to move to the side of the eye. I now let go of any emotional blockages.
I now let go of any emotional blockages.
Now we're going to go under the eye. I release any fear.
I release.
And then it goes down to under the nose. I speak my truth with confidence.
I speak my truth with confidence.
And now we're going to move down to the chin. I let go of self-doubt.
I let go of self-doubt.
And then we're going to move down to the collarbone. I choose to trust in my worth and power. And then we're going to go under the arm, kind of right here. And we're going to affirm, I embrace who I am and I share my truth with ease.
Embrace who I am and I share my truth with ease.
And we're going to go back up to the top of the head. I am open to expressing myself authentically. And then we're going to go back to the eyebrow. I let go of miscommunication.
I let go of miscommunication.
The side of the eye. I welcome clarity and honesty.
I welcome clarity and honesty.
We're going to go under the eye again. I am confident in my ability to effectively communicate my thoughts and feelings.
continue to use my thoughts. Thank you.
Then we're going to go under the nose. My voice is strong and my words have power.
My voice is strong and my words have power.
Down to the chin. I am deserving of respectful and open communication from others.
Deserving of respectful and open communication from others.
Down to the collarbone. I choose to speak my truth with kindness and grace.
I choose to speak my truth with kindness.
And under the arm again. I trust in the power of my voice to positively impact others.
I trust in the power of my voice to positively impact others.
And then we're just going to come back to the hand. And we're going to say, communication is my strength. I am heard.
Communication is my strength. I am heard.
And that's what I have for today for the meditation. So you can keep going on if you want. If you have more affirmations that you want to do, you can keep tapping and keep saying, anything that comes up for you that you're having a hard time with. So this is going to help release any of those energy blockages. And just going to affirm a lot of the stuff that we're now working on the throat chakra, so we're speaking. And that's going to affirm that within your body and your mind, soul. So
that's great. Thank you. And do you know what meridians that touched? Because I can look it up and post it later.
I think there's I think it touches the 12. I think there's 12 meridians. I'm not 100% sure though, but I know it's I think those are the 12 main ones.
Okay.
But yeah, if you want to look it up later and you can post that. I was doing a little bit of research on it before, but I kind of ran out a little bit of time. So we can definitely post that in the group as well.
Okay. Yeah. I have a Donna Eden medicine book,
okay.
So I'll look it up because I'm curious, right? Because, if it's like an area where we're holding anger or resentment and stuff like that. So I'm sure it tapped on those, organs. So that was really interesting. Thank you. That was different.
Yeah.
You surprised me with that one.
Yeah, I actually surprised myself. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And I was thinking, and I've been getting a lot of stuff about meridians and nadis and kind of that way. So I was like, I think this is really good. And then we're also speaking it, and it's our throat chakra. So I thought that could be really powerful to put those two together. So
yeah.
That one, I did not come up with that exact meditation. So that was kind of taken from YouTube one that I did. So I can't take the credit for that one, but I did like the idea of having it in here. So
no, definitely good for sharing. It was definitely different. So I liked it a lot. Thank you.
Thanks.
So do you want to talk about your bonus material, or do we want to pull a card? What are you feeling?
I'll talk about that first. So I've been called to just recently etheric surgery. And that is like a term for working on multidimensional anatomy by supporting the nadi system and the layers of the auric field. So the nadi system is kind of connected to your chakras and your meridians, like all that stuff kind of in your body. The nadi system is the electrical nerval plexus that receives and transmits new frequencies being absorbed into the entire individual's energy matrix and the cellular body. It kind of acts as the energetic switchboard for the entire bioenergy field. And because we were talking about the throat chakra, I started, for some reason, I was getting some guidance to really work with the etheric template layer, which is the fifth layer of our aura. So sometimes we need to be upgraded in order to more easily calibrate the new energies which are being induced into our personal field. So we can also to rewire to hold some new frequencies in an individual's body. with minimal discomfort. So it's kind of like going in and retweaking. You use visualization. I've been really guided to light language for this as well. So I haven't done it yet. I was actually going to work on doing it this afternoon. So I just wanted to present it to the group to see if anyone was interested. And if so, they can, I can post it. I can post my link to my page and you can take a look at it. And just ask yourself if it's something that you want to experience. And if it's a yes, then definitely check it out and listen to your body. And if it's a no, then maybe it's not meant for you at this time. Maybe it's, some other time. So I was going to do that this afternoon, and I've been guided to work with the 13th Nadi, which was called the Bala. So I'm still kind of researching this as I'm, a lot of my downloads, I'm like, what am I even looking at? So and that was to do with the left chest. It's the left upper chest, which I thought was really cool because we are kind of been working a lot with the heart frequencies as well, and it's connected to the throat. So I was guided to work with that. So basically, I'll be just going in. I'll be kind of doing some light language with my hands, visualization and intention to heal, upgrade, rewire, unblock this energy center or this line. And so for light language, if people don't know much about it, so light language is like it's a vibrational frequency. So so what I do is I speak it, it's channeled, and sometimes it sounds like gibberish. Sometimes for people, it sounds like they're speaking a different language. So some people are a little bit thrown off. Some people would consider, I guess, speaking in tongues. So, it's kind of more, but it's more about the vibration that it sets off. So sometimes, yeah, it does sound a little weird to people, but that it's not about understanding, it's a vibrational frequency. So so if anybody's I was guided to it by my Syrian counterparts. So light language is felt on an energetic level. It might not make sense to your rational mind, but it's the tone and the frequency that it holds. And that was something that I've been guided to do. So I'm going to do that later today. And if anyone feels called to go, I'll post it and go check it out.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Like that's a true gift that, you're giving us, that spirit is guiding you to do. So definitely if people feel called to that, please take advantage of it. This is a healing modality. And again, it relates to the frequencies, that we're talking about with each chakra. So thank you. We are blessed to have you share that with us, Elizabeth.
So this is something that I do a little bit of light language on. I have done it on my TikTok, once or twice, and I've done it with a kind of a group of friends that I have here, but it's not something that I've kind of went completely public with. So for me as well, it's speaking your truth, not caring about the judgment. And that's what a lot of light language is the fear of judgment, of being judged by others for, sounding silly or, looking funny or talking stupid or, so a lot of speaking light language is more of ourselves and what we perceive that how people are going to perceive us. So, and when I did speak light language in group sessions that I've had here, I've had some great feedback. So people were saying, I felt like sometimes you'll feel pings, sometimes you'll feel, releases, sometimes you'll actually feel the energy in your body. And sometimes you won't feel anything at all, which is fine as well too. Just take note of that. Like when you're listening to it, is there anything that pops up for you? Are you feeling some energy somewhere or something like that? So yeah.
Also really important to, encourage that is it's a true vulnerability that you're embracing. And that vulnerability is actually a strength, right? Yeah. So you're learning to be stronger, and you're like, by speaking it out loud, it's almost like you're reflecting it back to yourself, that the confirmation that I can do this. Wow, I can actually
Yeah.
do this, you know.
And we had in another group, like in the group that we had here, we basically like kind of just had held space for people to speak it. And we did have some people speak their own language, and now they use it in their Reiki sessions all the time, and they get great feedback on it. So, so yeah, you just never know, you know, who it's going to affect and what the outcome is going to be. So, so yeah, that's kind of what I had. So.
Yeah, I had a Women's Day event yesterday, and we did three different, or I did three different Qigong sessions. And during one of the first ones that I did, myself and my friend Brandy were speaking it like kind of back and forth together, which was interesting because her dialect is different. But it was just kind of like, it was a happiness, like we were expressing almost like to each other and the other people in the room and probably the universe of, you know, our bodies are becoming lighter. So it felt like a gratefulness, the way that we were speaking it. It was really cool.
And it's really nice if you get to be a part of that, holding that space for somebody, because it is such a vulnerability that, like, you know, I get a lot of, like, for me, it took me a while to actually say it in front of just like one person. So it is like it to overcome that and to be able to actually speak it in front of a couple other people is a huge accomplishment, which is it's very heartwarming to see. So.
Kanailai Mikai Shikai, sister.
Inakaya su nakaya kaya sana kaya tina.
I love it. We did it. Look, we did it. We're big girls.
Overcoming that fear. See?
That's right. I love it. Beautiful. I want to cry.
With light language, so it's not necessarily always, you know, channeling. Like, so I find my light language, like your soul's light language, is usually your, like, from what I've read and been guided to the information about your soul's light language is usually the last incarnation you had. And I believe that mine is Syrian Lyran. That's what I seem to line up with a lot of my stuff. A lot of the downloads I get come from Sirius. So, and then as well is it's also ancient earth languages that are, it's not just, you know, channeling from above, it's also channeling from the earth as well. It can be, you know, even as simple as like bird chirping noises, or, you know, you see some people, they have, it sounds like, you know, Arabic, or it sounds like it's, you know, Chinese. So it's also these dialects that we've had here for long times ago that have been lost. So it's very cool.
Yeah, so mine definitely, I feel like it sounds Chinese, and it comes from my ascended masters, and it's coming out more. I believe I was activated through my friend Brandy, but it also is coming out more because of the Qigong I'm doing. So it's like my soul is settling into who I am.
Yeah.
And so because I'm more comfortable in my body, I feel like it's expressing itself that way.
100%.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Super cool. I'm proud of you. Good job. Okay, I can't see who's on. I do see Megan and Gemma on. I don't know if you see them on your side.
I can only see on my side 2 people, so I don't know if that's just me and you that it's looking at, but I think Monica was on. She was watching.
If you guys want a card, please
just
comment.
let us know.
Let's see if the comments are working.
And if they're like, and for this one too, if there's a specific question, Monica's here. If there's a specific question, maybe we can help you out with it as well. I don't normally do like health related things or anything like that, just because, you know, some of that stuff is mostly part of you. So, but yeah, if there's any kind of question that you maybe want answered regarding your path or anything like that, we can try and see what the cards come up. And
okay, well, maybe we'll just do Monica first here. I actually have 2 decks.
Okay.
I was called to do today. So this is the chakra relationship deck that I've been using, the sacred geometry, but I also wanted to bring in this, which is Colette Baron Reed Oracle deck.
I like Colette, yeah.
Yeah. And they're real soft, you know, cards. So I'll just pull one of each.
Okay. And it looks like MJ's here as well. Those might be the only 2. Those are the only 2 I'm seeing commenting. So.
Okay. Gemma, you want a card? Megan, are you still on? Do you want a card? Let us know. We'll do Monica first here. Oh, this is beautiful. So she got transparency, number 43. The energy of transparency supports our expansion toward a higher vibrational state of being with more insight, honesty, and clarity. And look at how soft and fluttery that card is.
And I like too, it's the blue, so the throat chakra, right?
Yeah.
So it might be that transparency in your throat, your words you're speaking as well. So that's very cool.
So you can kind of see a very subtle square around it, but there's also a circle. It feels like throat chakra activation is definitely happening today.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So
okay, we'll give.
So I'm going to pull from the Soul's Journey cards. So these are lesson cards. So normally I'll come up with an affirmation that maybe you need at this time. So let's see if there's a soul lesson here for Monica and an affirmation. So we got patience. So, and your affirmation is, I accept that everything happens in divine timing. So patience, yeah, very hard. I struggle with patience, so I totally get this card. You know, everything does happen in divine timing, and if something isn't happening when you want it to or the way that you want it to, it's just because it's not the right time. It's not the efforts that it would take for it to happen right now would be you know, at a loss. So we always have to have that divine timing is when the timing is right, the soil is, you know, fertile. That's when our manifestations can come in, and yeah, we have to kind of trust in that. So you're looking like you're being asked to have some patience. So again, the affirmation is, I accept that everything happens in divine order. So if you're
sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Chris, I also got this one for her. So going along with the affirmations and, you know, divine timing, right? This one says number 4, great and full, and it's a big chalice. So I think that's just, you know, affirming, be grateful in this moment, right? So being grateful and being present with what you have definitely helps, you know, lead you to the next step faster rather than kind of sitting in that, woe is me, life sucks, it's not working out, I'm not getting what I want. You know, I'm in the moment, I'm happy where I am in the moment.
Yeah, and I like that you drew number 4 as well, because we just had the 4-4 portal, and that was a lot about manifestation, stability. So a lot of us are building foundations instead of, you know, we're trying to build foundations and leave legacies. So that takes time. It's not like a simple thing where we can just say, okay, well, we're manifesting our paths. We're manifesting our purposes. And that takes time. It's not something that's quick where I say, well, I want to manifest $20 today or whatever. And, you know, it's one of those things where it takes that discipline, that dedication, that patience, that self-mastery. So that's why a lot of times I know for myself, that's one of my main things is to manifest my path and my purpose, and to really step into that and to really, you know, go into that. But for me, it's not like you know, something that's only going to take a day or two. It's something that's going to take it takes quite a while to get that you're building that foundation with that. So sometimes that can take a little bit of a longer time than something very quick to manifest.
Yeah, that's a really good point, because, you know, you think about your children, right, and what you want to leave for them, and breaking that generational trauma. Just breaking the trauma is a journey of its own, but then, you know, as far as manifesting the future, right?
Yeah. MJ said that she would like a card.
Okay. How are you feeling today, Miss MJ? You're
welcome, Monica.
At our event yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, I got number 21, freedom. And it says, the energy of freedom supports our sense of limitless possibility and potential, boundless expression, and bold exploration. This is great. And look at how beautiful that is. More blue.
Awesome. I love the freedom card.
It looks like a beetle. So, you know, the transformation. Almost like a beetle, like butterfly thing going on here.
Love that.
Okay.
And that's, I think that's a lot of us are striving for, is that freedom, whether it be, you know, the financial freedom to do what we love to do, or the freedom of our mind, of our, you know, of our self-talk, of our limiting beliefs. So the freedom card is, yeah, freedom is very important to, not only just the physical freedom, but the internal freedom as well. So I'm going to ask, is there a soul lesson and affirmation popping up for MJ? So we got the pride card coming out. So it's saying here, I love myself and I see myself in everybody. So it looks like you're being asked to have that pride within yourself, and you know, all of your stuff that you've come through, your triumphs, you know, celebrate that. You know, be proud of yourself. You've come very far. So I think it's just an affirmation telling you that, yeah, that you know, it's time to be proud, you know, and that's kind of with our throat chakra as well, is expressing that, you know, expressing our wins. And, you know, a lot of us that are on this spiritual path, we have a lot of these things that come up that, you know, for us are huge wins, but we don't say anything because a lot of us are alone and we don't really, you know, talk about it. And it's like, okay, you know, I actually got through this and I did this, but a lot of us are kind of alone in that sense whenever we do it. So we don't celebrate it as much as we should. And I think this card is just telling you to be proud of yourself. And again, the affirmation is, I love myself and I see myself in everybody. So you have come far, and just be proud of that.
Oh, I got goosebumps for that for her. So I also got number 5, body and soul. And this is just telling me, you know, she's doing the work. She's doing a lot of work. So again, that recognition. And what's really cool is it's kind of hard to see, but see at the top right here, this like pattern, this like light pattern. It's very similar to this.
Yes, that's very cool. Oh, yeah, neat.
So it's almost like a mirror, like kind of reflection. Like it feels like light body and maybe, you know, 3D body like working together, because then you've got the body and the soul. So that's really cool.
Very nice. And that's in 5, I always associate with balance. So, you know, it's like you're balancing that now. And that's maybe, you know, reflected in those cards, what you're saying, kind of that mind and the body soul. So you're getting some of that balance, it looks like. So.
And remember yesterday when we were talking, I told you I saw that license plate and it had a 4 and a 5.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yes, yes.
Yeah, I forget what it said. I think it said striving for 5 is what the license plate said. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Spirit.
Yes, thank you. I don't see anybody else commenting, so I don't know if there's anybody else online, but I'll pull one for you, Amanda, if you want to do one for me. And then if anybody doesn't comment within that time, I think that we can kind of sign off. And
okay.
And yeah, if anybody feels called that they want to check it out later, I'll just post it in the group that it's there for anyone that feels called to. So what is this soul lesson for Amanda? Spirit, please and thank you.
Oh, I like the one I got for you. Do you want me to read it first?
Sure.
So number 27, intuition.
Mm-hmm.
The energy of intuition supports our ability to conceive the subtle language of the realms beyond the 3-dimensional reality. And again with the blue,
I love that. Yes, intuition. Awesome. I've been getting a lot of cards that I need to trust that, and I need to trust myself. So I'm going to see here if there's any other angel cards for you as well. I brought out my angel deck, but I feel called to use that one too with this card. So okay, so I got for this one here, and this soul lesson, so envy it's looking at. So it's saying, I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. And I think I had this one come up in the collective. So it's looking like some sacral maybe. And then here, I think it's just that I think we all have those envious moments where we're like, oh, I wish I could do that. Or I wish, I had that many followers, or I wish I had, was able to quit my job and, do this and, be that person. So I think it's really just calling to just acknowledge that you're right. You're the same as everybody else, but with different challenges. So
Okay.
I don't know if that makes any sense. Maybe it's something that will be popping up for you.
Oh yeah, it's been popping up.
So then also I pulled Twin Flame for you. To my angel cards. So watch out for 2222. For this one, it looks like definitely heart chakra. We've got the blue again too, so maybe it's about communication as well. I'm thinking maybe something to do with communication. I don't know. I know that we've had some conversations around this, so I'll leave that one for you for personal. But
Thank you, my dear.
I hope that helps. So
it does. It's funny because when you pulled the envy card, I was thinking about that. So it's funny that you pulled the twin flame. So it definitely is resonating.
Awesome. Okay, well that's good because I'm pulling the envy card. They're like, well, I hope this really resonates with her because
yeah,
Spirit just tells me.
So
pull the cards and then I don't know, but then you get your confirmations that yeah. And I'm thank you for that confirmation because sometimes I'm like, did that actually resonate with them, or did they feel that? But
yeah, it does in a good way. So a lot of times, right, when we pull these cards, people automatically go to the negative. But I went to the positive on that one. So that was really cool.
Awesome. That's good. Yes.
Yeah. So the oracle I got for you was number 3, time machine. And obviously you're doing a lot of that, kind of work.
Yes. That makes sense. Yeah.
Super cool.
I like that
it.
because I've been really called to Akashic Records too as well. So, time machine, past, future, stuff like that. So that resonates too. But okay, well, I had a lot of fun. And yeah, I hope that everyone enjoyed this, got something out of it. See if anything pops up with the tapping as well. Like it might seem like it's something so small, but I've had tapping sessions that really have helped me clear a lot of stuff. So, and it's something so easy you can do for yourself, right? It's not like you have to have like the 20 minutes to get into a meditative state and try to do that. It's just something that you can literally, like if you're in the car or on the go, it's just kind of tapping just to kind of get those meridians unblocked, feeling any kind of anxiety too. You can always cater it to what you need. Like it doesn't have to be exactly the throat. If you're feeling, anxiety or anxious, it could, you could start kind of doing a tapping for like, I am grounded, I am safe, so it's just something that people can do. And I do find that it does, if you believe it works, then it's going to work. So.
Yeah. I think also, I know you were going to check out the Qigong video that I posted today. I believe I did some tapping in that one.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Perfect.
so a little bit of tapping going on. So you're going to be wide open by the end of the day.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I got to have the time. I'm going to have the time today, and I'm going to go through that video, and I'm going to do the work there. So I'm excited for that. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. Bye.